What's going on, everybody, and welcome to FORKS Friday Holiday Edition. How you doing, Steven?
I am feeling festive. We're going to add another F to it. It is a festive FORKS Friday Holiday Edition. Corey, great to see you. Oh my gosh. Did you also wear your holiday sweater, your Christmas sweater?
I do. I feel so. Mine is Elf. It's hard to see, but I'm not going to lift up my apron right now. It's covered by my brand new Forks Over Knives apron.
Over Knives apron. Amazing. Yeah. That is going to be so perfect for the holiday season. Sure, we are in the kitchen. We're whipping up delicious dishes for the family, for company, for our Hanukkah parties, our Christmas parties, and beyond. What an amazing apron to add to the mix. Where can we get those aprons, Corey?
Oh, yeah. So just go check it out over at forksoverknives.com. You can also go to shop.forksoverknives.com, and there you can get your aprons. There's also tote bags and other merch. So it's just brand new. I mean, just absolutely wonderful gifts. People are raving about them. They're high quality. They take a few days to ship, and they're awesome for the holidays. So if you're down for it, go check it out, folks.
Hey, we're starting with aprons and totes, and maybe one day we will have a festive FORKS Christmas sweater on the docket. We shall see.
That would be excellent. Well,
how are you, Corey? We passed by Thanksgiving. We talked about all the Thanksgiving happenings. Now we have all of our December holidays and New Year's coming up.
Yeah, we're super excited about that. I think that when you think about holiday gatherings as opposed to Thanksgiving gatherings, obviously Christmas included with that, there's a lot of different recipes from the Thanksgiving angle that you can take. And so what we want to do today is kind of highlight some of those. We have our brand new holiday builder over at forksoverknives.com. So make sure you go check that out. But, I'm just glad Steven's here because, guys, we're just two plant-based dudes. I've raised 3 kids on a plant-based diet. My wife is plant-based. Steven has been plant-based for, what is it, dude, 15 years now?
15 years now. Yeah, I've raised myself.
And that's good. That's sometimes a tough challenge. I know your schedule too, and you're a busy guy. So I think eating this way when you're the busiest, eating more fruits, veggies, nuts, seeds, beans, and whole grains, this is a good thing to keep you going. Am I right?
Absolutely. I think that one of the biggest things that I have noticed, we all have certain health issues. Sometimes we are getting into a whole food plant-based diet to make sure we can help to reverse a condition, to mitigate symptoms from it. But why not start ahead of the game? I would say overall, what I considered myself before, I always thought myself as healthy, or I'll put a little quotes in it too, before I realized, oh my gosh, I can really take some more proactive steps to not only enjoying food and going plant-based, Corey, got me into the kitchen and cooking my own food more. I enjoy making food now, but also making sure I'm taking care of myself from a health point of view. Energy levels, I have noticed, have been higher. Of course, there's so many other factors, but this diet, this lifestyle, not only do I enjoy it, I know you enjoy it. For everyone else who is out there, wherever you're at in your journey, hopefully you are enjoying it, whether it's baby steps in or whether you've also been living a plant-based lifestyle for however many years. I think it is a perfect way to ring in the new year and the holidays. And I'm so excited to go over recipes that will make sure everyone is good to go for their plant-based Decembers.
Well, let's do it. And it's for our friends watching on Instagram, they're kind of seeing the behind the scenes footage. I've got my cameras right here. And of course, on Facebook and YouTube, we're doing our thing. So much love to all of you for attending. Lots of people over on Instagram. So let's get into this thing. Let's show them some of these recipes and get going.
Let's do it. We have our wizard behind the curtain, Fleming, who's always ready to go. And the big thing with these holiday builders, if you have used the holiday or the menu builder before for anything that we've shared, whether it's been July 4th or Thanksgiving or December, you know the benefits of it. We do not want to reach the holidays and go, oh my gosh, what do I make? I need to go shopping. I need to put something together. Starting today or anytime over the next week, you can feel fully prepared for the holidays ahead with this builder. As Fleming goes to show you, we have all of our categories very, very clearly designated. We have sliders with 15, 20 plus recipes in each category. So not only will you have a massive variety, but hopefully you will find some of your family favorites that you can make. And what we're going to do is we're going to start from the top. We're going to work our way down to really construct a menu that will not only take care of just ourselves or a small group, but also if we are having a big holiday gathering. And it all starts with the appetizer. Not only will we showcase these recipes, but Fleming is going to show you how to add them to your menu builder in action. So the first thing I like to start off with, it's right over here. It's our tempeh nachos. There's something about these, Cory, that covers both texture and also the holiday colorful spirit. We can see the red of the peppers and tomatoes. We can see lettuce and cucumbers in there. When it comes to nachos, there's a couple different ways to go, I say. Number one, if you want to go fully that whole food plant-based route, no matter what, buy some oil-free tortillas. Corn tortillas are available. Whole wheat tortillas are great. And then you can bake them in the oven. You can make your own tortilla chips. Cory, when you make your own homemade of this or that, is there something about that enjoy it more?
Yeah, I think that, knowing that the ingredient that's right in front of me is the ingredient that I'm going to be eating is great. Yeah. And I think that as you go through the store, there's so many options, guys. I just encourage you to look at the back. Look at the back of the package and just look for those corn tortillas. I got to tell you, typically in my grocery store, they're hard to reach. They're out of the line of sight on purpose because, that placement is paid for. And the bigger companies that don't use like the best ingredients or added ingredients, they pay for that placement. So you're right at the line of sight. So look up and down for the good stuff.
It's there. And that's the great thing. There's something about that extra due diligence that and especially once you find it, it is there. So whether we are buying our own tortillas to bake in the oven, which is great, or if we are buying our own already pre-made chips, no matter what, you have your crunchy nachos, you have the crispness of all the veggies that are in there, and a creamy chipotle sauce that adds some extra spice to an appetizer. That's our first one. As we welcome more and more people. Hello, Gigi from Atlanta. Hello, Mary from New Jersey, and Darlene from Georgia. An early happy holidays to all of you. And to everyone else who's there, feel free to chime in. Let us know where you're tuning in from. Let us know what plans you might have for the holidays or any questions that you might have. Cory, I am Jewish. I was raised Jewish. We Reformed Jews, but we celebrated the holidays. And one of the big things coming up, especially in December, is Hanukkah. And one of the favorite dishes with Hanukkah are latkes. Now, listen, now we're coming at it from that health-focused POV. And there's a lot of depth to it. I'll let everyone read the story of Hanukkah if you don't know it. But it's all about frying the latkes. We're frying them in oil. Except with forks over knives and everything we are espousing and sharing with you about heart health and beyond. We're not going to be using oil for these latkes, and yet we can still enjoy this Hanukkah treat. These are potato corn latkes, and we are not going to be frying them in oil. We will be baking them. I just think it's so exciting to be able to say, hey, I want to stay true to some of the traditions that I followed over the years with my family or by myself, and how can I make this at least slightly healthier option for doing so? And these potato corn latkes are a great way to continue ahead. We're not frying them in oil. We are baking them.
Magda commented here on Instagram as I'm watching some of the comments come in, and she said, the holidays are really hard for me because when I go to a friend's house and they're not plant-based, I just don't kind of know what to do. And so, Steven, do you have any tips as you might be invited to different parties and things of that nature where, when you're just starting out on a plant-based diet, it's like, man, I'm focusing on the things that I can't eat. And I really want you to think about what you can do to make it a little more inclusive, a little more welcoming for you and stuff like that. But what's your number one tip?
I think there's a few different ways to turn it from tricky and challenging to actually fun and welcoming. My favorite thing to do, and if you do enjoy cooking, and hopefully with all these recipes, you're getting into it and finding what works best for you. One of my favorite things to do, Cory, is making a big batch or two. If I can have 2 items that I know I can enjoy and make a little bit extra so that the guests at the party can try it and go, wait a second, plant-based can be delicious.
Yeah.
it plants a seed in their mind for the following year, especially if they are the regular party throwers. And also make sure that you have plenty of food for you. So, you make sure maybe you have an extra portion that's set aside for you, but you have some extra that you can put out publicly with all of the other dishes. It will blend in. There's this and that and that and that. And it just so happens that 2 of these are incredibly delicious, whole food, plant-based holiday dishes. And people get to make that association, and maybe they'll start to make some changes on their own. So that's probably my number one. Do you have any specific strategies or approaches you take?
I think you're right. It's like, pick the recipe. And guys, what we're talking about here is the holiday builder. So just check it out over at forksoverknives.com. It's right at the top. And so I think ultimately pick your favorite dessert. Show up with your favorite dessert. There's multiple things you can do, but you want people to go crazy over the dessert that you brought. And I don't even talk about it being vegan or plant-based or anything like that. People might ask you what it's made out of, and you could say, dates or date syrup or whatever it is. But what I like to say to people is, like, it doesn't matter how many of these you eat. It's going to be great. Like, you can eat as many of them as you want because they are nutrient dense, not calorie dense, right? So
it is a different focus there, Cory, right? Everyone's always worried about unbuckling, their belt loops with their pants at the end. And of course, we can all still stuff ourselves in any way. But exactly what you're saying, this is going to be taken care. Our body's going to go, okay, we're in good place. We're full. We're satisfied. I love that, Cory.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
I think checking in ahead of time is always a really great thing too, especially if you do feel close with the host of the party. Nowadays, whether it is vegan, plant-based, whether it is oil-free, soy-free, nut-free, gluten-free, there's a lot of considerations. And depending on where we are in, where we live, some of those are more readily thought about and talked about, others are not. But it is something that I think is becoming more and more prominent. You see it in restaurants. They include it on the menu. So if you feel comfortable talking to your host about it ahead of time, I think if the host can provide one dish that is really about taking care of you, and most hosts we want everyone to come and enjoy and feel welcome. So if a host is willing to do one thing, you can supplement the rest. And it's really all about then gathering with people. If you ever need to eat ahead of time so that you aren't in a hangry state, and then you can enjoy the company of everyone else.
Heck yeah. Well, let's get through some of these guys. Again, it's over on the cover of forksoverknives.com, so go check it out. You can find it on the hero image of the homepage.
Yeah.
We got you.
We are in a chilly time of the year. It is cold. It's probably snowed for some of y'all out there. And maybe we will have a white Christmas and Hanukkah time. We shall see. Let's get nice and warm and hearty. And a pasta vajul is such a delicious soup to do. We have obviously that warmth and that comfort of the actual soup, the broth that we use. But it is hearty. We're going to be using beans in there. We're going to be using veggies of all kind. It is very simple to make. And it goes a long way. A perfect soup to make a big batch of and then have ready to go at any time. And even moving to the next soup that we're going to cover, which is really also about beans and veggies, it has a bit more of a beautiful positive connotation. It is our New Year's Day soup with black-eyed peas. Now, I did not grow up in the South, but I'm familiar with the Southern tradition of black-eyed peas for good fortune, good luck, kicking off the new year with some positivity. So to be able to fill up a soup again with a nice, flavorful, hearty broth, lots of greens in there, and then those black-eyed peas, which for those legumes, they are going to satisfy you and fill you up. And hopefully, if you make a nice little wish on them, they'll bring you some good luck into and out of the holiday season. Yeah. Just talking about soup makes me warm inside, Cory.
Yeah, it's fun. This is fun. And I haven't heard of the New Year's Day soup thing either, but it's apparently a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
So it's good stuff. When do we get dessert, Steven? I want to
Oh, Cory, you did this last time. You want to go to desserts. Hey, we're going to be patient because we are going to make our way through, right?
All right.
We got this. And if everyone out there, listen, if we can get 100 people commenting dessert now, we'll go to desserts, okay? So, Cory, you keep me posted. Everyone else, if you say dessert now, I will oblige. I understand that. Let's go to our salad.
I do see a vegan kale Caesar salad. Now, how is this Caesar salad a Caesar salad when you're using plant-based ingredients?
And I think that's the big thing. When we think of Caesar salad, we are often thinking of olive oil. We're thinking of eggs. We're thinking of anchovies that are in there.
Yeah.
And we are going to, again, get that same feel. You look at the salad, you go, oh, yeah, that's a Caesar salad. But we are making it whole food, plant-based. We're focusing with kale. We are kind of getting, again, some extra fulfillment and also texture and a beautiful visual with some of the quinoa that is there. Quinoa, we can eat it in, we can enjoy it in any form. If you like it a little bit crispy, you can toast it, but we can enjoy it as a nice grain. We're using whole grain bread. You can make your own croutons. Cory, we can make our own croutons by just dicing up some whole grain bread, seasoning it up, throwing it in the oven or the air fryer if we want, and we have our own homemade croutons.
Nice. I love it. You're making your own tortilla chips, and now you're making your own stinking croutons.
Stinking croutons. Cashews for a little bit more of that dressing. Cashews, a white wine vinegar, some plant milk, and some Dijon mustard, seasoning it up as you go. But we can get that Caesar feel to it without using the animal foods. And as you can see from the photo, the red of the tomatoes, the green of the kale, we are truly enjoying a nice holiday salad here. Okay, so if we are truly going the right route, there's no right route. But if we're saving dessert for the end, we want to get to the mains. We want to get to what is going to really fill us up. We're having a little salad. We're having a little soup. Maybe we're having a latke or something like that. Yeah. I think this time of year and pot pies, I don't know about you, Cory, it calls out to me. There's something about the pot pie that just feels like a nice warm sweater or blanket that's coating, and then you get to dig in and enjoy everything inside.
Agreed.
We have a couple of great pot pies on this slider. So when you go through the menu builder, again, even if you just go to forksoverknives.com and you click on the holiday link for it, or you go to the link that's shared in the comments, we have so many hearty dishes. The festive pot pie is one I want to point out because I really think it takes the creativity of the pot pie to the next level. We still have that flaky crust. We still have a very well-spiced filling. So we're focusing on mashed potatoes, almond flour, and that's how you make that crust on top. It happens to be gluten-free also for all those who are gluten-free out there. And then the savory veggie filling is what it's all about. Very, very fragrant. And the spices that are used in this one, very holiday, Cory. You ready for this? Cinnamon, nutmeg, cloves, and allspice.
Nice. Allspice. Ooh, that's a hidden gem.
It's a hidden gem. So if you really like bringing out those unique holiday flavors, there's something that's nice and warm and filling about this festive vegetable pot pie. Another option that's always great is having a nice whole grain dish. And the butternut squash risotto, maybe you've already made this from the fall time. I also think this is super, super colorful. And if you take a look at the ingredients for this risotto, it is pretty easy when it comes down to it. So what we really want to focus on is giving you that nice variety of those really creative dishes. If you say, hey, I'm putting on my apron and my chef's hat, I want to get in there and make something delectable that will blow all of my guests away. We have some really creative culinary delights in here. We also have some simpler dishes focusing on fewer ingredients, hopefully a lesser cooking time. The mains we're already putting time into, whether it's a shepherd's pie or a risotto or a pot pie. So the time that's dedicated will come back. You will reap what you sow in deliciousness and health.
All right, listen, I'm gonna, my hands are getting tired from holding the phone. I'm gonna be honest with you. So Instagram, I love you guys so much, but if you want to see the desserts, yeah, I'm gonna leave a cliffhanger like that. I want you to hop over to Facebook or YouTube and get them. Oh, don't hate on me. Love you, bye.
Oh boy. That it sounds like Instagram was on the naughty list.
Well, Cory. My hands are hurting from holding the phone. It's okay.
Okay. Well, hopefully no one's eyes are hurting from looking at all of these delicious dishes. We are going to sides, and then Cory, spoiler, we were so close to desserts.
So excited.
For the sides, we have such a wide variety. Everyone knows kind of like their favorite sides that they like to make, whether we're talking about biscuits or a different veggie dish. We have a bunch of different breads that are in here. We also have a different latke dish over here. Sweet potato biscuits, cabbage rolls. I would actually love to even focus on a couple of the early ones as Fleming takes a look at all of these. There is a holiday torte that is in here that I honestly have not made, but there's something that's really unique and special about this. And I think out of all the dishes that are here, this looks like a holiday centerpiece that you could put up and it just looks like decoration, but
Ooh.
also you very much can enjoy it. As you can see, a big slice of that holiday torte is cut out. It's, I would say, similar in some ways to the festive pot pie. It has a lot of different elements: brown rice, oats, chickpeas. We have chopped apples that are in there, and you can serve it one of two ways. If you like to go a little bit more fruity or sweet with a cranberry relish, or if you like to go a little bit more kind of hearty and savory with a gravy of some sort. So there's something about this holiday torte that has both the freshness and the savoriness, and I think it looks beautiful. There's something about the holiday time that curating our dishes really beautifully is great. We do have a question in here, Cory, from Becca. What do you say to a food pusher relative who says, but it's a holiday, one meal, one taste, one serving of my food won't kill you? We're taking off the apron now. The gloves are coming out. No.
I would just leave the party, honestly.
Yeah.
Steven, I don't deal with questions like that because the truth is, those people, I don't think they're actually asking the question. Doug Lyle from The Pleasure Trap, who is also like just a genius, absolutely wonderful. He always helps us with battling or answering the question, where do you get your protein? The truth is like there's two types of people: the people that actually want to know and the people that are just giving you a hard time, right? And so the answer that he says to say back to them is like, you know what? I don't know, but my doctor hasn't worried about it at all, right? And if they say, oh, wow, and they ask another question after that, then you can get into a discussion about it in a very positive way. But I would say that, Becca, in my opinion, my non-professional opinion, the people that are asking this question are just trying to kind of mess with you a little bit. And I would just say, like, something that's, I don't know. You're right. It won't kill me. I just kind of choose not to, or I don't want to. You don't have to justify why you do you. It's all good.
And I think that, taking that to the next step, Cory, there's something about, we could have a debate about this, right? Do we want to have a debate, or do we want to enjoy the holiday, right?
Yeah.
So I think that expressing your feelings, especially if it is a loved one or someone who you consider a loved one and who would have love and care for you, to be able to respectfully and joyfully and lovingly express your feelings.
Yeah.
And, something along the lines of, it won't kill me, but it would really, really mean a lot to me to be able to enjoy fill in the blank for my holiday. There's so many different foods to enjoy. I'm hoping we could find at least one that would help to make my holiday even better and make your holiday better at the same time.
Yeah, that was a better answer than me just leaving the party.
Yeah. Cory just leaves. I do a little bit more. Amanda shared something over here. She loves to say, I'm enjoying the food on my plate at the moment. And that's the thing. If you can prepare ahead of time, then when that question comes up, you don't feel like you are in a jam, that there's no options. You've provided some options for yourself. And, make sure you peddle out some of your delicious meals to the rest of the guests, and maybe they can file some complaints with the host and the chef over there.
Right.
But whatever you can do to take it into your control. Mary shares, that's absolutely right. That's why we really focus on getting into the kitchen, making our own food, because it's within our control. Our health is within our control. Our fulfillment, our celebration is within our control. And however we can share that. Mama Bear just says, thanks for sharing your ideas, and change the subject. Absolutely. If ever a food topic, and we know food, politics, religion, all of those things, they come up during the holidays. It can get tricky. So if it is starting to get tricky, we've brought what we needed. Oh, no, thank you. By the way, how are the kids doing? Tell me about what you've gone to see. We change the subject. We keep it light. And we focus on the people who want to, like Cory mentioned, engage in a true, I want to understand. Tell me about this lifestyle of yours and, what's enjoyable about it. Those are different types of questions. And I love to see everyone else sharing comments in here. That's what I love about this community, Cory.
Yeah, me too. It's all comments are welcome, and we're supporting each other, which is a really big deal.
Absolutely. Let's get through the rest of the sides because Cory is just chomping at the bit for some dessert. Challah bread. Challah bread is often, there's eggs in it, or there's some sort of egg wash or something like that. We just want to show you that there are holiday favorites, traditional recipes that can be enjoyed whole food, plant-based. Please do not think just because I do not eat meat, dairy, eggs, fish, so on and so forth, that I cannot enjoy my favorite meals from the past. When you look at this holiday menu builder, when you go to Forks Over Knives to look at the full recipe list, you're going to find your favorites in there. We're just doing it slightly different. With this challah, it's a whole wheat flour and secret ingredient, mashed white sweet potato challah.
Nice.
And you can see it looks so beautifully baked, and it's going to have a great consistency in there. So that's a big thing for everyone who might be new to this lifestyle, or just feeling like you are missing out on something because you haven't discovered a good option yet. Search for it in this menu builder. Search on forksoverknives.com. You're going to find a lot of your favorites that are still in there. And speaking of favorites, Cory, is it time?
It's time for dessert.
It's time for dessert. That first one on there, I mean, let's look through first. No, Fleming, you had the right idea. I think people want to take a look at everything that is here. Just the salivary glands are going. Oh, see, even Fleming is getting overwhelmed with this. Fleming loves dessert.
It's those gingerbread cookies are just.
Let's look at the gingerbread cookies, because that is just another one that is perfect for the holidays. We are making a gingerbread cookie. Oh, they look so cute. We're going to be using dates. We talked so much about dates and date paste with Chef AJ. Dates are a wonderful whole food sweetener to use. If you are overall looking to cut down on sweeteners, avoid sweeteners for specific health conditions, to be able to use dates and still use desserts, it might be something, of course, you still want to consult with your doctor if there's any concerns, but to be able to adjust and say, I don't have to abstain completely from desserts. I am just eating a healthier and still delicious version of them. So to be able to use dates and flaxseed meal, rice flour, we have all the spices again. We got our cinnamons, our gingers, our allspice, our nutmeg, our cloves. One of the unique ingredients in here is tahini. So it kind of balances, it out in there. We have sweet potato icing. Mama Bear loves white sweet potatoes. So there are a few recipes in here that use white sweet potatoes. We can use it for a sauce. We can use it for challah. We can use it for an icing or a frosting. Isn't that cool, Cory?
Yes, way cool. I mean, my little guy he's 9 years old and he's gluten-free. So, having something like this is just awesome for him. I got to tell you guys, I've tried the cranberry orange bread pudding. I've tried a couple of these other ones here. They're absolutely incredible. And this is what I'm all about. So, definitely go do your thing.
For our chocolate lovers in there, one of the ones I would love to showcase, and I think that really also stands out for me as far as what I associate with the holidays. I love myself a cobbler, which is usually just fruit-based. I love myself a chocolate dish, which is usually just chocolate-based. Cory, why are we limiting ourselves and not putting the two together with this chocolate and cherry cobbler?
Amazing.
This is the best of all worlds for me, because I don't want to make the decision. Do I want a fruity dessert or a chocolate dessert? I want both.
It's kind of like a red velvet kind of feel too.
Yes.
Because that's what they use, cherry and chocolate, together.
Yeah. So, we get those dark sweet cherries and or those tart cherries. As far as chocolate goes, a lot of people go, wait a second, chocolate, I can enjoy chocolate. Yeah, when it comes to chocolate, chocolate inherently does not have dairy in it. It is added to a lot of our milk chocolate. But when cacao or cocoa beans, right? When we're talking about dark chocolate, it's plant-based. It's vegan. When we talk about cocoa powder or cacao powder, also, that's what we can use for making our chocolate dishes. So please know you can enjoy chocolate. And if you haven't been here for us to talk about aquafaba, which is the liquid that is left in chickpeas, there is an aquafaba whipped cream. Again, you don't have to give it up. If anything, we want to show you all of your favorites are possible.
Yeah, and you don't have to buy it from the store. It doesn't have to be store-bought. This is actually absolutely super simple to make. The recipe is very, very easy. So we'll make sure that you get that. It's,
we had a great live with Carly Bodrug a while back, who's all about how do I get scrappy with my cooking? How do I save things and not waste things?
Yeah.
So when you have those chickpeas, and you go to drain them to enjoy the chickpeas, put a little mason jar or something underneath. Save that aquafaba, that chickpea liquid. And I know it sounds weird saying chickpea liquid. Aquafaba sounds a lot better, but you can blend it up. You can whisk it. You can use it for meringues. You can use it for whipped cream.
Can you freeze it? Can you freeze it?
I do believe you can. Okay. Yes. It should be storable, and I do believe it's good in the freezer for a period of time. On FORKSOverKnives.com, we have an aquafaba like FAQ, like a 101 all about aquafaba. So you can look it up on the Forks Over Knives website if you'd like. Cory, there's one final dessert I want to share with everyone, because when it comes down to it, sometimes we want something quick and simple. For those who tuned in a couple weeks ago, or last month rather, Cory showed us his 5-minute pumpkin pie.
Oh, yeah.
Right in a blender, pumpkin pie in a blender. So you can make that super quick. This jeweled avocado chocolate pudding is a super quick make. You can make it in 5 minutes. Here are the ingredients. Ready? We're gonna go super simple. Okay. Avocados, bananas, the plant milk of your choice, cocoa powder, our dates for sweetener. And then from there, you can get a little optional. We can use a little bit of orange zest to add that festive flavor. Pomegranate seeds for that crunchy pop. That's the jeweled pop of it, something that's fresh. And then you can go from there if you want to add extra fruit. Once you pretty much blend that all together, you just put it in the, you're just going to chill it for 4 hours or more. That consistency will be helpful, but making it, add it, blend it, chill it, and you have a big batch of delicious avocado chocolate pudding ready to go whenever you want. Decorate it, put a little sprig of holly on the top if you want. Get a bunch of mason, little ramekins. I think this is a perfect holiday thing. Even like little shot glasses with a nice little spoonful of the pudding is a great way to just to have a party, right?
Yeah, beautiful. Beautiful. Well, we are coming to the end of our wonderful video here to help you guys. I want to remind you to head over to FORKSOverKnives.com. You can, of course, go to the URL that's below on the screen here, but just FORKSOverKnives.com. And then right at the top of the website, you'll see just right there. It's like in your face. Like, check it out. I mean, there it is. Our 2024 collection of holiday recipes are here. Build your menu. And then go build it and get ready for a wonderful holiday season. And even just to make sure there's no stone left unturned, our Fleming was adding some recipes to the menu builder before. And as you can see, look at this. These are all of the recipes in the menu. Once you have them in, you are going to basically proceed with the next step. Send yourself an email, which will include the recipes for your menu. All you have to do is enter your email right over here, click confirm, send it to yourself. You have your menu curated. No more, oh no, what do I do? What should I get? What should I make? You've planned it out so perfectly. So you are ready for yourself. You are ready for any party and any questions and any successful compliments on the delicious dish. This is vegan. This is plant-based. Yeah. You don't say. Yeah. So exactly. I hope all of us get a chance to not only take care of ourselves, but those that we love and join us at parties. Cory, happy holidays to you. You too, my friend. I'm Santa's coming for me. Santa! Santa! Or meow! Oh my gosh, dude. I honestly, guys, we did not plan this. Steven showed up with a holiday sweater, and I was like, I'm changing. And I changed my clothes. And so here we are, and we're two bros in Santa outfits and freaking holiday sweaters. It's great. There we go. We're wishing everyone a happy rest of December, happy holidays, happy New Year. There's no better way to kick everything off than with joy and with health. We want to feel good, and we want to share that with all others. So we are wishing you all the happiest and healthiest and most festively delicious of holidays. We will see you, if not later this month, we'll see you in the new year when we kick off how we can make sure we start 2025 off right. You can always follow and find us at FORKSOverKnives.com. Happy holidays, Cory. You too, man. Happy holidays. See you guys in a